So yesterday I made a video about some maybe crazy combinations of weapons and abilities that you can do right now in the alpha. Now in that video I basically just asked for everyone to comment what they think would be game breakers or what would actually be ridiculously good if this update was actually rolled out on the server relatively soon, which is probably not going to be, but nevertheless it would be interesting to see, and potentially I could then test them out maybe today. You guys definitely didn't disappoint, and I've got maybe 5 or 6 different cracked combinations that actually could break the game if it was released. Okay, first of all, I just want to say that there was a ton of people telling me to try the Emerald Blade ability on the Claymore, and I wish I could do that, but that just isn't possible. The Emerald Blade ability is a passive, so it's not a right click, it's not a left click, it's just a passive ability. Which basically means if we try to extract abilities from this, it's not going to work. Nothing to extract, because technically the only ability is passive and we can't extract passive abilities, which is a shame, but oh well. However, something that I can't wait to try, this should be good. Okay, so we're going to take the Spirit Scepter's ability and put it on a Midas Staff. Now, the reason why this works is because both items have been changed to a wand. The reason why we couldn't put scrolls on the Midas Staff is because you can only put scrolls on what is considered a sword. And the Midas Staff used to be considered a sword, but isn't anymore. Well, on the alpha release anyway. Alright, so we just need to extract the ability from the Spirit Scepter and put this on the Midas Staff. There we go. I'm pressing the wrong button, but yeah, there we go. Should be able to get it. Now, it's annoying that when we try to actually max out items, it doesn't put enchantments on our Midas Staff. And for some reason, the only enchantment it lets us put on this Midas Staff in the Hex is, for some reason, for some unknown reason, a Tabasco book. I mean, this makes sense considering, well, this is linked to the Bazaar. So, yeah. We also can't enchant the item. So yeah, looks like we're just going without enchants, which isn't ideal, but I don't really know what else I can do. Also, because I've pressed max items, it's decided to put Ancient on my Aurora, which is not exactly what I was aiming for. Anyway, regardless of that, we can just test out this Midas Staff. And we're going to deal... well, it's at 320k. I mean, this would be way higher if it was actually proper, because there's no enchantments on it, which is actually really annoying. Nevertheless, that's not too shabby at all. 324k. Now, I wonder, for whatever reason, is if changing these weapons to a wand makes it so you can't enchant them in the alpha, or whether it's just a bug. Can't really decide, and I can't really tell. I'm not really going to be able to know. It's just annoying that there's so many bugs on the alpha right now that something like this can't really be tested properly unless you already had a fully enchanted Midas Staff. I don't have one. But under all the right conditions, I'm pretty sure this could be a contender, and it could be a ridiculously good contender. Of course, there's not really a cooldown on the right click of the Spirit Scepter, whereas the right click on the Midas Staff, there is a cooldown, and obviously that's where you sort of gain the upper hand. Now, before we go any further, if you are planning on purchasing anything from the Hypixel store, make sure to use code NITROS, it gets yourself 5% off. Also, you should subscribe to the channel, it really does help out a lot. And you should join the Discord server, it's linked in the description of this video. We do Slayers and Dungeon Carries, or even if you want to carry and earn some coins for yourself, you should join. Okay, next up, and this one was requested, I saw this probably over 10, maybe 15 times, which is, you know, makes me know it's in high demand. Now, the Axe of the Shredded ability on the Dark Claymore. Let's have a look. The Axe of the Shredded's ability, throw, right click. Throw your axe, damaging all enemies in its path, dealing 10% melee damage. Consecutive throws stack 2 times damage but cost 2 times mana, up to 16 times. Mana cost 20. Okay, let's give it a try. Alright, let's give it a go. Lovely. There we go. The divine transfused colour. It's lovely. I really do like it. Anyway, let's give this a try. I'm a little bit apprehensive because I don't really know how this is going to work or it's going to turn out, but I guess we'll see. Alright, I've just done a little bit of a test, and I can confirm that it's absolutely cracked. Okay, let's take a look at the damage that we deal. 2 million. Now, this is because I have, of course, I have already, like, this isn't the first time I've used it, but 2 million damage per axe roll. Why can we not hit this guy? 2.1 million. 2.1 million. 2.4 million. What is this? What is this? And you know what the funny thing is? Why is it not taking mana off us? It's supposed to take mana, but it's just not. We can just continuously throw it. Like, what is that all about? Look how quickly we just destroyed that. Oh my god, this is... yeah, this is, interesting. The ALTS ability on the ALTS is good. but I always thought a little bit underwhelming. But put on this weapon, oh my... Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Are you seeing... Like, this is just ridiculous. Now, one of the suggestions next to this suggestion was to use it against ghosts. And I can see why, because if we're dealing 2.2 million damage per throw, then you can quickly see how it would be very good against ghosts, considering, well, you only need to really deal 1 million damage. Although, I don't know what's going on with the alpha at the moment, whether they may be working on other parts of the server, but we just simply can't get across. If I try to warp mines, it just doesn't let me. So this is a little bit frustrating because I want to just be able to absolutely rail loads of ghosts, but at the same time, yeah, that's going to be taken away like really badly. But what I'm trying to say is, this is just, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. What I'm trying to say is I don't know what to say. Nitros, you've lost the plot. Whoever suggested this in the comments, thank you. Thank you. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you. Okay, now, we have a few more to test out with the Midas Staff, and it is once again just annoying because this Midas Staff's not ideal to test on. But we're just going to go with the flow and see what we can do. So first of all, I'm going to test out the Ink One's ability on the Midas Staff, and the Ink One's ability is ridiculously strong. I can't even express how strong it is. Shoot an ink bomb in front of you, dealing 50,810.5 damage, and giving blindness. Cooldown's 30 seconds. That's, I guess, probably the annoying part. Still want to test it though. And of course, because, well, the Ink Wand is a wand, the Midas Staff is now a wand, we can actually transfuse these items and we can get the ability. Let's see what this is all about. Okay, here we go. So, holy, I mean, okay, that was very underwhelming. However, what does it say? What damage we dealt? I think it was like 1.8 million, right? Okay, 1.8 million. Considering this has no enchantments on, to do one hit damage, that's pretty good. But I wouldn't say it's ridiculously game breaking because, well, it's a ridiculous cooldown. But in terms of one hit damage, maybe just one hit in a boss, not bad. There was another suggestion to use the Celestial One's ability on the Midas Staff too, which I'm going to give a go. I don't know how good it'll be. Let's give this a go. Yeah, okay. I don't know how much damage it deals, but this is interesting. Oh, 6k. Yeah, I don't know if this is the best... I'm not sure if this is the best thing to put on Midas Staff. I mean, it's kind of cool, and if this Celestial one was way, way better, if the ability was just way stronger, then it would be cool. The fact that you can literally just direct lightning on the mobs, but yeah, it just doesn't deal enough damage. Now, there were a ton of people saying that we should try to combine the Livid Dagger and the Flower of Truth. Now, the Livid Dagger and the Flower of Truth used to be a great combination in dungeons probably a good year and a half ago, maybe even longer, before newer weapons were introduced. And I guess even still for earlier game players, these weapons are still pretty good. However, the Livid Dagger's right-click ability has always been a little bit mid, to be honest. It didn't deal a great amount of damage, it's on a 5-second cooldown, and so on. So we're going to go ahead and put the Flower of Truth's right-click ability on this Livid Dagger to see what happens. I actually have relatively high hopes for this, not going to lie. Okay, so neither of these weapons are enchanted at all, or upgraded. The Flower of Truth, this one still has its regular ability, so I want to do a bit of a damage comparison to see how much better the Flower of Truth ability is on a Livid Dagger, or if it even is better. Okay, so with the Flower of Truth, okay, someone's stealing my kills. I just want to test. Okay, and a right-click is going to deal 191k damage. Let me just double check because it does seem to increase in damage. 191k. Okay, can we see any? Yeah, okay, of course, on the subsequent hits, we're going to deal more damage. 191k on the first hit. Okay, with the Livid Dagger now, 213k. So it would actually be pretty beneficial if you were to use this setup to just simply buy the Flower of Truth for the ability and transfuse it onto the Livid Dagger, because the right-click ability on the Livid Dagger, let's be real, is not very good. This is honestly, I'm quite impressed. I mean, this is just, it just is a good combination, and it's something that's practical for earlier game plays. Now, one thing I do want to try is basically an RCM version of an Atom Split Katana, because I think that could be really, really interesting, of course, with the scrolls on. One small issue being we can't really get off the hub island at the moment. So even if I was to get that, we'll be testing it against hub zombies. which, to be completely honest, is absolutely pointless. So at that point, I might as well just test a Hyperion. And it looks like I've got some clarification. In terms of the Midas staff, you can't enchant it. So if this update was to go through, you wouldn't be able to enchant a Midas staff because it's a wand. Now, I don't really know what to say about that. I think that's really, really stupid. And I think this update in general is just... I mean, it can't ever release like it is right now. Not many people are happy about it, but besides that, it will actually ruin the game. It'll destroy it. It will absolutely destroy it. The Hyperion price will absolutely drop through the floor because, realistically, the only great thing about the Hyperion is the scrolls, and if you can put scrolls on any weapon, what's the point in getting the Hyperion? It's pointless. For 700 million coins, it's not worth it. You might as well just get those scrolls and put them on a different weapon and pay way less coins. Now, of course, that will lead to the scrolls prices being absolutely ridiculously inflated. And while all these concepts are cool, and I really can't get behind the LTS ability on the Dark Claymore, I think that's ridiculous, and it's probably too overpowered, if anything. Yeah, even though it is interesting to see these combinations, realistically, I don't think it could ever be released like this. And it really says a lot. When they first brought this out on Alpha, the patch notes said that they were testing this update and going to bring it out in the very near future, and then they actually changed the patch notes to say that, oh, actually no, half an hour later we're going to be bringing this out in the distant future. And I don't blame them for that, because there's no point in leading us on. This is not ready to go out. But funnily enough, for me, the most annoying part is not being able to enchant a wand. Not being able to enchant the Midas stuff. Yeah, I don't know. That's really, really weird, and probably, honestly, quite disappointing. Also, this Midas stuff that I got from the, from whatever this NPC is called, is really strange, because usually it would tell you how much you've paid for the Midas stuff, and you would think that getting this Midas stuff to test things out, it would be a 100ml Midas stuff, but I don't even know if it is a 100ml Midas stuff or not, because it doesn't tell me. So the actual damage figures that I've been getting with this Midas stuff could be completely and utterly bogus, unless changing it to a wand completely negates that fact. I really don't know. It's confusing. Nevertheless, that's going to be the end of today's video. Let me know what you think. I've tried to go through the main combinations that people have commented. There probably are a few more that I really cracked and I missed. I do apologise about that. But I think the main one is definitely the LTS ability on the Dark Claymore, which is too overpowered. It really is. And that really would break the game. It really would. Being able to deal like 2.5 million damage to ghosts would not be ideal. Anyway, if you did enjoy today's video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.